Hi, everyone, and welcome back to King Po Myers. I'm Ariadna,
And I'm Dylan.
and we are back with, of course, as always, especially the season, as always, another wonderful guest of ours. Um, she actually reached out to us a little bit ago, I feel like a while ago by now, and your IG. Let's introduce you first of all. Of course, you're Halloween obsessed. That's your IG
Yes.
handle. You're Caitlin, of course. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I am so good. How are you guys?
Wonderful.
Doing really good. We're really excited. We love your feed. We love your IG. We love, obviously, Halloween. And we're just probably, as always, going to dive right into how did your love for Halloween start? First of all.
So I think I like forever have just loved it. My family is like huge Halloween lovers, all of us. It's our favorite holiday. When I was growing up, I lived with my grandma, and she would always throw these massive Halloween parties and
That's
go all
awesome.
out with decorations.
Nice.
Yes. So I feel like I was just born into it, and I didn't really have a choice.
Two things. First of all, it's amazing that it's your grandmother.
I know.
That's wicked cool. And two, the fact that you were like, I'm just gonna roll with it, because you could have easily been like, okay, this is too much, fam. I'm gonna head on out.
Right. Yeah.
But definitely, oh my god, you reminded me of like sitcoms, like Modern Family. They do big other shows.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
like we've seen many shows of just the whole family. Does your whole family get dressed?
Dressed up.
Dressed up, sorry.
Like dressed up. No, you're good. I was like, wait. Yeah, most of us dress up. I don't think I've ever been where my dad's kind of lame about it, but we usually force him to do some kind of costume.
And have you ever had like family, what's it called? Family costumes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the whole family's never done a costume, but 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, me and my little cousin did Alice in Wonderland. It was just the two of us,
Awesome.
but it was super cute. I try and convince them to do family costumes every year, but everyone in our family is just different ages, so nobody can ever agree. But I've tried. I've pushed it.
That's really difficult though, I guess at a certain age. I want to push that for our kids. I want to like our future kids, but still, like I would love family costumes. Do you like family costumes, Dylan? I don't think you do. I don't think you do, actually.
I like wearing something creepy and dark, and
Well, hey, you can make that work, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think our future kids probably end up liking creepy and dark.
Well, hopefully.
Let's hope so. Like her, like Caitlin, like let's just go for Halloween. Oh, I hope so too. Oh my goodness.
I'm gonna be up the creek if my kids do not like dark and scary stuff.
Yeah, that might be a little disappointing, huh?
That'll be
Oh goodness.
I won't do well with that.
Oh, I loved Alice in Wonderland, of course. Were you Alice?
Yes, I was Alice, and she was the sassy little Queen of Hearts.
Oh,
nice.
But it was super cute. I should post pictures one day, but it was super fun. She was, I think, 3, so she was little. It was really cute, and I'm glad she went with it.
That's a good family. Oh no, but once again, it's not, Alice in Wonderland's not creepy and dark enough for you by any means. It's not.
Well, it can be.
It can be.
Yeah,
okay.
you can absolutely. You could do like a Tim Burton version if you wanted.
Oh, that's right. So that's a fun one.
And there's a video game, Alice Madness Returns, and it's very steampunky, but also very, very dark.
Oh, I love steampunk. Okay, we gotta look into that.
Yeah, Alice in Wonderland, there's a lot of very dark variants. You can get some good stuff out.
I think we have a book. I haven't read it just yet, but it's like Alice in Zombieland or something.
Yes.
Something or other. Yeah, I know, it's really random. I know, I forgot where we got it, but it was like, oh, Alice in Wonderland, let's find out. But no, I have up to today's date, at least, I haven't read it just yet. So, Miss Halloween Obsessed, how and why did you create your beautiful and wonderful feed, basically, your profile?
So, it's actually a funny story. I created it while I was in Europe. I was living with my boyfriend. So I was in Europe, and he had worked all day. And I mean, I'm in Europe and I'm American, so there's not much I can do while waiting for him. So I was just laying in bed one night, and I was like, I'm gonna make a Halloween Instagram. And that's kind of just how it came about. And at first I was just like, it's fun, it's whatever. And then it started growing, and I was like, okay, I can actually like have fun with this, and people are actually enjoying it. So I just kept it going. But I think at first, when I first made it, I didn't post very often, and it was kind of just whatever. And then, but now obviously you've seen people love it.
Yes, you have
I
quite a bit
continue.
of followers by now, and we
Yeah.
adore every single post you post, of course.
Yes. So
It
I think
really-
it's fun just to have like that Halloween community.
We
aside
agree.
from
We completely
life.
agree. That's kind of one of the reasons why we started this, because we both love Halloween, especially Dylan thinks more present with Halloween, as we always say.
Yeah.
You grew up here. I didn't, so it wasn't really talking about Europe. I grew up in Europe, but what part were you at when you started it?
So he lives in a small town in Germany.
Nice.
So that was part of the reason why. I know a lot of people say, well, why weren't you out exploring or doing other things? And he just lives in a small town. So it's like, there wasn't much to do.
Yeah.
As much as I wish there was.
There
wasn't much
it's a
for me to
small
do.
town. Oh, we love Germany so much. I visited there I lived there also for a little short while, what it feels like 1,000 years ago by now. But nice.
Did you take? Did you go to Oktoberfest?
We did not. I wasn't there in October. I was only
Oh.
there from June to September. So I barely missed it, but I would love to do that for sure.
Yeah, that's
One of these
high on my
days.
list.
Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think, well, did I go? I don't remember. I might have.
We celebrate it in Spain, but
Yeah,
it's
we-
not nearly
well,
the
yeah,
same.
we
It's like
d-
a little carnival compared to what Germany does.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, and we lived in Barcelona for many years, and I mean, it's a big city, so of course they had like a humongous lot for it. It's like a
Yeah.
city fair kind of sort of deal.
Hmm.
But yeah, of course, nothing in comparison to actually Germany. My goodness. Oh,
Yeah, we have one in Utah that's similar, but of course it'd be nice to experience the real thing.
that is really cool. Do we have one here in Mass?
Oh, I'm sure somewhere in
Okay.
Boston when
Probably.
COVID's over.
Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. To some extent, but just in general.
If it ever ends.
Oh, let it
Right.
please die. Please.
No.
Goodness gracious. So yeah, we were talking about Halloween community. Oh my goodness gracious. How is that like for you? Like
I
finding
think
other
like
people.
well, it's really easy. Like if you like most of my followers find me, so it's nice because it makes my job a lot easier. I just follow them because I'm like, perfect. You love Halloween. I don't have to search for you. So I guess I just didn't realize how many people out there, even from different countries where it's not Halloween's not as hugely celebrated. There's so many people out there. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's enough people out here that we could freaking start our own country if we wanted.
Right? I like that idea.
I really like that
I guess
statement
it's
too.
just weird to think that there's that many.
I agree. I mean, Dylan had a similar experience, didn't you? When we started King Po Myers.
Oh yeah, it was just like a shock that, like you said, that there are so many Halloween fans out there. Like a lot. I was expecting maybe
Yeah.
100 or so, but no, there's so many pages and so many people are just passionate about it.
Exactly. Did you ever feel like the odd person out when you were a kid or something because your love for Halloween, or?
Yeah, as a kid, yes, because I feel like as a kid, everyone's favorite holiday is Christmas. They love Christmas, which I totally get. Christmas is awesome, especially as a child.
Yeah.
But I never really cared what people thought. I always liked it, so I just went all out with it and had fun. My best friend, she kind of helps me run the page. She and her family are also obsessed with Halloween, and I've known her for like ever. So that's nice that I had and still have someone who enjoys it. And of course, I had my family that would celebrate proudly with me. But there's always those people that are like, I hate Halloween, and I'm just like, well,
Well, then just don't follow
that's your
me.
loss.
That's
Exactly.
that's even better, definitely. So we know what got you into Halloween, literally your family, so you're kind of just birthed into it, you know?
Yes.
I love that so much. Oh, I have more costume questions actually.
Okay.
From when you were a kid and a teenager, what was one of your favorite Halloween costumes?
My favorite one I've done is probably my Beetlejuice costume.
Nice. But wait, were you a kid or a teenager, or is this like adulthood already?
I think I was 17. So I guess kind of recent,
kind of in
but-
between, yeah.
as a kid, I'm trying to think, I feel like as a kid, all my costumes were pretty like basic. I think probably I went as a scarecrow when I was really little, and it was really, really cute.
Nice. Now, did you make your own
So-
costumes or did you buy them?
So when I was little, my grandma made most of them actually. And then
Sweet.
as I
That's
got
very
older,
sweet.
I started. Yeah, she has all of them too. So it'll be fun to like have all the new grandkids and stuff use them. But as I got older, I started to buy them. And then my Beetlejuice one, I made myself. So it's depends on the how hard it is.
Exactly. Yeah, have you ever created a costume, Dylan?
I think I have. Off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was, but I remember I bought a lot of mine because I loved going as certain characters. Like I
That makes
loved
sense.
Ghostface, Michael Myers. Um, I loved going to iParty when I was little,
Exactly.
and that was always a really cool experience because that store was always loaded with people, and it was just a really cool, fun time.
That's true.
I
I
know. I
feel
feel
like,
like going to the Halloween store is the best.
Yeah.
oh my God, Spirit. I don't know if
Mhm.
I'm sure you had a Spirit near you. We went,
Yes.
I mean, I was gonna say so many times last year. No, I mean, we probably went like twice within
Yeah.
with all the COVID, of course, being respectful and all.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went, I'm pretty sure it was just twice, but still
Yeah.
when we got the costumes, I always say the same story. I move around a whole lot and I've always been kind of a witch and it's very stereotypical, but I wanted to have like that costume that can always come with me because now we're a
Mhm,
little bit
mhm.
more stable. So I was like, okay, I was between many costumes, but I was like, let's go for this one, the classic one. Let's start here. And
Right.
I think we went like right after Halloween for sales.
Yeah.
I feel like
That's a good time to go.
exactly. Like we were smart about it.
But didn't you make costumes for Carnival?
Oh, that's right.
You always forget about Carnival.
I always, well, with King Paul Myers a little bit, I do forget about it because we're so Halloween obsessed. Never better said with Caitlin
Perfect.
here. Yeah. So if you know me by now, if you don't, I grew up partly in Europe and we celebrate Carnival in Spain quite a lot.
Yes.
So
Mhm.
I always got dressed up one way or another. I'm not really crafty. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I like scrapbooking, but when it comes to like making
Making an
your
actual
own
costume,
costumes,
that's different.
that's completely different.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of last minute things, which I really appreciated. And then when I was with basically they're like my little sisters by now, they're like family to me. And we just created costumes with whatever we had in our closet and we made it work. That was fun though.
So
Yeah. What got you into horror, Caitlin? Do you like horror? Well, I'm assuming.
Yes. I don't even know. I just remember when I was little, I'd always want to watch like horror movies. And of course my parents were like, I don't know about that because no 8-year-old needs to be watching something like that. But I don't know. I think I just like the fear it gives you.
yeah.
Like I like that feeling of being scared and not knowing what's going to happen next. So, and I feel like on my page, I try to post a little bit of horror too, but like horror, paranormal, like witchcraft, like all kinds of stuff. So that there's something for everyone, which I know some people don't like that, but I feel like horror and all of that fits into Halloween so perfectly.
It does.
It really does. We totally understand you because especially with this season, we added 2 segments as you already know by now, and one of them is true crime and one of them is supernatural. And we like the idea of having a little bit for everybody. We generally
Mhm.
and like in our first season we got so many requests for both. We decided just to throw segments in there and just like take a stab at it literally.
Yeah.
Like let's just go for it. And in the supernatural one we talk from paranormal to witchy stuff, like our experiences are coming up soon and stuff like that. So, and culture. So I do talk probably a little bit about Carnival, I would assume, in one of those
Yeah.
episodes. But anyways, I love how you said that, like it comes hand in hand, and the fact that with your page, okay, yeah, it's Halloween, but you have a little bit of everything.
Right. Yeah. I've gotten a few complaints, but that's okay. I like it to be so that there's something for everyone. And of course, not everyone will like every post, but
That's fine.
it happens. Yeah.
No matter what you do.
Right. Exactly. And I think I've said that to a few comments. So I'm like, if anything I post is going to upset one person, but make another person very happy. So
That's
It
the
goes
best
hand
way
in
to,
hand.
I love that. It's the best way to look at it.
I mean, let's jump right into Halloween. What are some things that you do that make your Halloween season so special? Like things that you have to do?
Oh goodness, I feel like everything, like the haunted houses. I love haunted houses.
Mhm.
We do our family party, of course. Still, me and my friend have actually started doing our own party for like friends, and that's this was our third year doing that. We still had one, but of course had to adjust it to COVID guidelines. So
Of
we
course,
did
that
our best
doesn't
with
make
that.
sense.
Yes. And I feel like pumpkin carving, we do that as a family, and I love doing that. We paint up sometimes too if we don't want the mess.
See, I'm not the only one who's gonna like paint, basically.
Yeah, I think
The
the
pumpkins.
painted ones are really cute too. So, and they last longer.
Exactly.
That's its one selling point. I've never painted a pumpkin, but everyone keeps saying that. Like, well, you can paint it; it can last longer, and that may sell me because I love carving so much.
Yeah, I think carving takes up more time too. So it's like
Yeah.
more time to spend with your friends and family. Gives you time to just like enjoy it.
I love that. I think anytime if we've carved pumpkins, it's been only the two of us, I think, last year because of course, but the previous years with friends, and we just made a whole trip out of it. We went to, oh my goodness, I love this so much. The corn maze was a corn maze,
Yes.
right? It was a humongous, goodness gracious. So we went on it, not on it, through it, I guess, twice. And then after that, we got some pumpkins. We went to carve some pumpkins. So literally, I love the fact that you can make like a whole day out of it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because we did the corn maze the same day. We could have easily like separated those two. But yeah, definitely. I love the fact that you do parties as well. I think that's like the best. I love
Yeah,
house
I can't go
parties. I
wrong
love
with a
costume
Halloween
house
party.
parties. My goodness. And well, you are, like you said, currently in Utah. I don't know what the weather is like. How is like, is it sometimes too cold to trick or treat? Does it sometimes snow too early?
The last few years it's been cold, but not too cold to where you can't go out and enjoy yourselves. I can't even remember a time we had snow on Halloween. I don't think we did this year. And then yeah, we don't get snow too often on Halloween. We haven't actually gotten a lot of snow at all in Utah. It's like we haven't even had a winter because we're a big ski state. So usually it's like snowing the whole month of January, February, December, but I think we've gotten like two big snows. So, but it kind of depends on the year with Utah. Some Halloweens we've had it be 60 degrees and other 30, but I feel like that never stops anyone from going out.
Exactly. I mean, I'm used to warmer weather whenever I went out back in Spain once again. Not that all of Spain is warm by any means, but just the places I lived. Here, it's Massachusetts. I mean, here we do have the fall leaves, which I adore, but weather-wise, it just really depends. But
Yeah.
I don't know, just
I
like
think we had a winter snowstorm when I was in college on Halloween night or the day after. I just remember leaving a Halloween party and
seeing snow everywhere.
it was very odd. Like
I would
yeah,
imagine.
weather here is crazy, but that's really early for us.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know a lot of times when it's like if it's a state or a place that snows a lot or rains a lot, it kind of ruins a little bit Halloween. That's why I always ask.
Yeah.
Because I'm just not used to it. I'm like, oh, what do you do then? You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said something. You said that you liked watching horror movies when you were a kid, and that is really up Dylan's alley by any means, way,
Totally.
shape, form. What was your first like horror movie or horror book even? Do you like reading horror books as well?
I don't really read. I should, but it's hard for I read like paranormal stories on like Reddit or online, but I don't ever read books. But my uncle is actually an author and he writes horror stories. So I should really read his books probably and support him, but I struggle with reading. I just can't stay entertained. But my first horror movie I ever saw, I'm trying to think. I want to say probably Chucky because I think that's like not scary, but as a kid you're like a little scared because I mean it's a talking doll. But I don't remember it even scaring me. I think or Paranormal Activity. I think when I was 12 I watched Paranormal Activity. I don't know if that really counts as a horror movie because when I look back now
I have friends who are absolutely terrified by that series.
Really?
I was laughing at it, but
Yeah, that's how I feel now.
I don't even know which one it is. I mean, we talked about it in the Best of Paranormal episode with Sam, like in our Supernatural,
you
and I
have
haven't looked it up yet.
it's just they have all these cameras around the house, and that's how they tell the movie. That's how they tell the story.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind
And
of like
yeah,
a paranormal investigation show without the crew is how I like to put it.
Okay.
It's just like in-home cameras that catch all this stuff, but it's just not very, I don't even know, like, I don't know, it's predictable, I would say.
yeah.
Would that scare me? You knowing me?
I mean, there are jump scares, but it's not like of some creepy demon. It's of like the kitchen door opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's all right for what it is. Just not
Yeah.
for me.
As a kid, it's awesome, but
Yeah,
once
of
you're older,
course.
it's kind of just like, oh.
What other horror movies do you like?
I would say my favorite horror movie is probably The Conjuring. I really like that one.
Great movie.
Or Insidious. Yes, I think both of those are really not like I think it's the third Insidious. I didn't care for that one that much, but the first one I really liked, and then yes, The Conjuring's a really good one.
Yeah, I've not seen Insidious.
I like that one a lot. It's pretty. There's
one of
another
your favorites,
one.
so I want to watch it. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, you'll have to. There's
Insidious.
one. I'm trying to think what it's called. I can't.
Did you like The Conjuring?
Oh, I love The Conjuring.
That's what I thought. Is there one movie or two movies?
There's a series of them.
Oh,
there's
goodness,
1, 2, 3. There's The Nun. There's the one of the Spanish Ghost.
Oh yeah. Oh, wait a second. So like when you said what was it called again? Goodness.
The Conjuring.
Thank you. My brain today. The Conjuring. Do you mean the whole series then?
I like the whole series, but I would say that the first movie, The Conjuring, that's what the first one's called, is my favorite.
Is that a must-watch for you every Halloween?
For Halloween, actually, I usually watch The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Of course.
We do Hocus Pocus. Yes.
Of course.
And then like the Addams Family. When I was little, the Addams Family was my like all-time favorite. I think when I was like 4 years old, I was watching the Addams Family, and that's what I would ask for over Disney movies.
That is so nice. That is I love that answer.
That's a great movie too. Well, both of them actually.
Yeah, both of them are really good movies. And then we also started watching the TV show late last year. It was one of the
Yeah, we have to get back on that. I missed that.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still on.
I think they took it off Amazon.
I think we were watching on Amazon Prime, and I think it's off. But point being, we started watching it all throughout like last year. Basically, we got pretty far ahead. That and the Munsters as well. We're kind of doing like a little balance. But I've always been a bigger fan, I think, of the Addams Family, not because they're more famous. I just really adore and enjoy Wednesday Addams.
Yes, can't go wrong with her.
I mean, once again, I've said this before. I want my daughter or son to be healthy, but if I could pick my daughter, it'd be Wednesday. She's just so perfect, and Christina Ricci plays it so well.
Yes, I agree with that. I think your audio's off. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you guys.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
So sorry. I was like, wait, I can't hear
you. We got so excited that the mic went kind of flying off there for a few seconds talking about Wednesday Addams. And the other one was Hocus Pocus. I adore Hocus Pocus so much, of course.
Yes, that's my grandma's favorite.
I'm loving all these grandma's references. It's so cute. I feel like it's going to be me, way, way, way future me.
Yeah.
That's especially with Hocus Pocus. Oh my God, of course.
Are you excited for the sequel?
I am. I'm wondering though, like how it's gonna be, but I feel like it's never gonna live up to the first one, of course. But yeah, that's tough. I still think it'll be good.
I think you said you didn't really like reading, so I'm assuming you haven't read the sequel.
I have not.
All right. I did that earlier this year, and I don't want to do any spoilers. I'm like, how to say this delicately? I don't want to say any spoilers, and no, I don't want to change anybody's mind before. I want them to go
Clean slate.
clean slate. Thank you very much, my love. But that being said, I personally loved it. I love the freshness. And then I think people will understand that sentence if they either read the book or if whenever they see the movie. But the cast is back. You told me the cast is back.
Yes, all three sisters are confirmed to come back.
I do love that. I don't like when movies change the cast, so I think that's super exciting that
They need
all of them.
that. They
Yeah,
I mean,
for
especially
sure.
with the witches. I mean, I hope all of them come back, obviously. If
Yes.
not, then
They're all back.
no. I mean, like Danny and Allison and Max.
Well, now you're asking a lot, dear.
I'm asking quite a lot.
Whew.
I feel like I'm asking quite a bit. But I hope so.
But I mean, this is the
I
this is the
mean-
era of the reboot. I mean, they got everyone back for Full House except for the twins. They're doing Fresh Prince. I mean, this
They're
is
doing Fresh Prince. What did
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
miss? What
didn't-
memo did I miss?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they're yeah.
Wait. To rewind, it's nothing to do with Halloween, but we're 90s kids here. What?
Yeah, they're bringing back Fresh Prince.
What do you mean they're bringing back? Is it?
They're doing what Full House and everyone else and Boy Meets World.
No.
with-
Sorry, I'm just like now highly entertained and confused by this. I mean, Full House, they brought back the whole cast though. Are they bringing
Yes.
the whole cast for Will Smith? I mean, for Will Smith, my God. It is a show, but you know what I mean for Fresh Prince.
As far, I mean, I sent you the article. I didn't really look much into it because I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch that. But
Well, we'll research that later, I guess, after this episode.
well, actually, give me a second. I'm gonna get my phone and I'm gonna look.
All right. You do that, of course. We'll keep the Halloween alive. Wouldn't be the first time. Because yeah, you're definitely a 90s kid because of all the favorite stuff that you watch, obviously. So
Right. Yeah.
definitely. So more on not really the Addams Family because I don't consider them monsters. But do you have a favorite monster or villain?
I would probably have to say, like, does it have to be from a movie, or can
No,
it
could be from anywhere.
Anything.
Well, actually, I would say Frankenstein. I really like Frankenstein, and I
Aw.
mean, I don't know. I think he's cute.
Love that statement.
Boris Karloff and the whole get up.
All of it. Yep.
Oh,
I don't know.
goodness.
I just feel like he's different. Like I've never seen anything like that. So
I do see what you're saying, though. I see what you're throwing down, babe. I see it.
You get me, yes.
I got it. This is the way he's shaped or built or formed, whatever you add that above, basically.
We have breaking news from Dylan.
Okay.
Will Smith has announced Peacock has picked up the show for 2 seasons.
Okay.
Roughly 20. Yeah. So you're getting a new Fresh Prince.
2 seasons. Okay.
I mean,
Saved by the Bell, now that you said Peacock, I think is on Peacock.
Mhm.
I don't know if you were a fan of Saved by the Bell, Caitlin.
I've seen that. Yeah.
I know it's back. I've only seen the first episode because we don't have that. Because it's only on Peacock. It's not even on. What's Peacock from?
NBC.
NBC. And the cast is back.
That's I don't know how I feel about this.
I don't know about how I feel about Fresh Prince either. How do you feel about it, Caitlin? Are you still as stunned as us right now?
I didn't know that, so I think we'll see what they do with it.
We'll see. Well, we will see.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
now is like I said, I mean, they're bringing a lot of shows back, and nostalgia is really they're cashing in on it, and it's working.
Yeah, I that's a good point. They know what they're doing with that.
I mean, have you seen the new Halloween movie?
I want to say yes, but when did it come out?
2018.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Just had to make sure. I was like, I can't even remember. They
There's a
come
lot
out
of
so
them.
many more
There's
movies.
quite a bit as well.
I mean, it's just they're instead of just giving it to random people or like, decent directors are giving it to fans of these shows and these movies, and they're letting kind of these fans take over. Obviously, they're within Hollywood and they know what they're doing, but there's actually passion behind the projects. So Halloween was so loved because it's like, oh my God, it's back to formula. It's Halloween. They're not trying to do crazy crap like with Rob Zombie or yeah.
Well, that's interesting. At least, like, I feel like, for example, a really good example was Girl Meets World. I think they did a really good job with that. So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I don't know how I feel about that just yet, because it's so good. It's like redoing classic movies, No, don't do that. Don't do that, Skip. Oh my goodness. So Caitlin, going back a little bit more into that horror, do you like, I don't know how to explain, like graveyards and like all that spooky-ish?
Yeah. So me and my friend, I don't know, do you watch Ghost Adventures or have you heard of it?
Ghost Adventures?
Yes.
No.
Haven't heard of it, no, but it sounds interesting. Go ahead. Please tell us the tale.
Yes. So it's just this group, and they go, and obviously they film themselves in haunted places, and the owner, or like I don't know, the person that owns the show, will say, like the main guy, his name's Zach Bagans, and he has a museum in Las Vegas, and it has a bunch of like haunted artifacts, all kinds of things. So we have gone there multiple times because we like it so much. So if you're ever in Vegas, the Haunted Museum is a must.
On the list.
It's on the list right now. Goodness, that's awesome.
It's amazing. Make sure you do it's called a RIP tour, the RIP. So make sure you do that. It's worth it.
That's so cool.
But we were supposed to do a Halloween convention this year as well in California, but it was canceled for obvious reasons.
Which one was it?
It's called Midsummer Scream or something like that.
Another killer name.
That's mint.
Yes, I think that's what it is. I can't remember because we had literally booked it, and then I think a week later we got an email saying it was canceled. So I was pretty disappointed, but I feel like I don't hang out in the graveyard because that might be a little weird, but
you like visiting them, basically, like cemeteries and stuff like that.
Places, yes. There's, I don't.
Do you have any haunted stories to tell? Like, do you have any like haunted encounters or spooky encounters?
Yes. So I've played the Ouija board.
That was one of our questions.
Yeah. So I've played it a few times, and nothing has like ever happened while playing it, but and it definitely, the planchette moves, but that could be anyone in the room, honestly. And we were teenagers, so messing with each other, whatever. But so during the game, nothing ever happened. But I remember afterwards, one time, me and my friend had just finished playing it, and we were just sitting in our kitchen. She was making something to eat, and she was sitting on the other side of me, and I had looked over to the side, and I had seen a like gray like figure like run past the stairs, and I like looked at her to see if she saw it, and she was not paying attention. And I was like, "Did you see that?" She's like, "No." And I was like, "How did you miss that?" And I just remember being like I love ghost stuff, and I will go investigate, but as soon as I see something or hear something, obviously I get a little spooked. So I remember sitting there and I was like, that cannot be real. But then I remembered, well, it probably could be because we were playing a game that we shouldn't have been. But nothing ever happened after that. I just remember seeing it that one time.
Wow.
And it was like the scariest thing to me. And I would hope to never see something like that again. But I think if I hear noises and I don't know who's making them, that's okay. But the second I see said figure or whatever, that's when I'm out. I don't want to see it.
That's pretty interesting. I don't know. Some people get scared just by the noise. But yeah, you're like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, and I remember when I was little, my parents had laid me down to go to sleep, and I had woke up screaming, just screaming. And they came downstairs and I had my bottle that was sitting across the room on top of the dresser. So they like came in and they're like, how, like, where and how did you get that? And I was like, because I calmed down. That's why they came down. I was screaming and then had calmed down and they came down and saw me with my bottle and they're like, what in the heck? But my grandma's house, her old house, was actually a huge paranormal hotspot. A ton of things had happened there. So I think it was just the house, but there was definitely an evil one, I'm for sure. And then obviously there was one that was helpful. But I remember my dad would tell me he would lay in bed at night and stare at the ceiling, and he would just watch this little gray like ball just on the ceiling, and he had no idea what it was, and he would just stare at it until it went away. So
Wow.
yeah. And like one that's happened, we were all sitting in the kitchen and there was a glass cup by the microwave and it just flew across the room. Nobody was standing next to it, and we all just looked at each other and were like, did that really just happen? So I don't think they wanted to hurt anybody, but I definitely think they wanted our attention.
Definitely your attention.
Yes. And
was it all in the same house?
Yes. So this is my grandma's house that we all grew up in. I think ever since she lived there, she finally moved. So I don't know if the people that live there now are experiencing anything, because in her new house, nothing happened. So I think it was just, they liked that house. But
was it
I
an
don't
old
know.
house?
No, when she bought it, it was not old at all. I think, I don't know, there must have just been some bad energy. So I think, well, it stemmed, she brought home this picture she found, and it's a really creepy picture. And I think that's kind of what started it all. She still has it, but it's at her storage unit. So maybe the energy's over there.
I could see that happening completely. What I love the fact, like, oh, she brought home a picture, but from where? Like, did she just find it? Like, where did you find it? Better said.
I want to say, I'm trying to think of where she found it. She like just likes to shop, so she probably found it at the DI or something. It's just a girl. It's a little girl, and she's holding a bouquet of flowers, and she's not smiling. She just has like this. Well, she has like a straight face and like a tiny smirk, kind of like a creepy. I don't know what drew her to this picture, because I would never purchase it. But she's just standing there holding these flowers in like this Renaissance dress. And so she hung it up, and then that, like, I feel like fed whatever was in the house. And then, but she kept it up. So it obviously didn't bother her. But I think everyone that's been to her house definitely has an experience.
Wow. You should put that picture back up and just see what happens.
I would, but her storage unit, she like loves to shop, so it could be anywhere in there. I don't even.
Yeah.
But I've actually looked on eBay, and there is replicas of the picture and similar pictures, so it's obviously a somewhat popular
Exactly.
picture.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I feel
really
like
cool.
you just gave Dylan an idea. No, hon, no.
I want that picture.
Not a good idea. Nope.
Like, I am fine. Thank you very much.
I mean, unless you like that stuff, there are some people that
I'm
enjoy that, but I
like Dylan, for example.
Yeah, I'm a mad scientist. I want to experiment.
And you like to explore all that.
I do.
It depends what it is. It depends where I am. It depends on a lot of things. But I know that you would, without a doubt. I don't know what would you do, but what you would do, I mean, but
I'll do something.
exactly. Oh, I had another question. Oh yeah, so the first story you told when you were with your friend after playing the Ouija board, that was also her house?
No, this isn't my friend's house where we had played the board.
All right, so this is the same place, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Would you use the Ouija board again?
I mean, probably, because why not? But I feel like you definitely have to play it like appropriately and know what you're doing, because of course, I mean, I guess it depends if you believe in it. if you believe in it, then yes, playing it appropriately and correctly is right. But if you think it's a bunch of crap, then you might not feel as if it's dangerous. But I think I would play it again, but it would probably take a lot of convincing, and it definitely wouldn't be in my own house.
I agree with that statement, all of it, to be honest. Like, you really have to know what you're doing. I always say the same thing
Mhm.
whenever I get asked. I'm like, you really have to, especially because I love witchy stuff and I love spooky stuff and my potions and all this sorts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you know that you have to be like respectful.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. That's the first thing. Because I mean, you're conquering, quote unquote, conquering, not conquering. What's the other word?
Conjuring.
Conjuring, of course.
Yeah.
Like anywhere from ancestors to anywhere, whatever's in the house still, you know, past
yeah,
people who
you
live
really don't know
there.
what you're gonna get. That's the main, is you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
I think Dylan has a question.
No, because she just said what I've been told before. Don't use it in your own house.
No, she said she wouldn't use it in her
they
house.
recommend you don't.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because
Yeah, I've never played it in my own house. Just others.
just others who were brave enough, not me.
Just others.
I'm fine. You don't know what's happened in this house. It's like, well, we're going to talk more about literally house where we are with Sam from Sam So Spooky on our like last couple episodes for Parent or Super Normal. I mean,
Super normal.
Super Normal. Oh my goodness, where am I today?
That sounds so boring.
That sounds
Welcome
very
to the Super Normal
normal.
podcast. It's normal.
That's
Everything's
basic on
okay.
basic.
Oh God,
Oh my goodness.
I'm tired thinking about that podcast.
No, that's really
The
reminds me of-
Super-
I don't know what that reminds me of. Okay.
That'd be a podcast some of my family makes.
They're not as interesting, as cool as you.
We'll
I
talk.
am-
We'll talk about stuff, and we'll see.
It's like really long pauses. You're like, can you continue your sentence, please? Anyways.
Ugh.
Oh, my brain today, I swear. What are we talking about? Supernatural. There you go. So we will go into our stories more in those episodes, but what we can say now is that in this house, this is where Dylan grew up.
Yep.
And it's his grandparents' house.
Okay, yeah.
And both of them passed away here.
Yes.
So once again, playing the Ouija board in this
We're
house.
just.
Yes, you're just asking for problems. I wouldn't.
Among all the other people who have lived here before. I mean, the house is not that old, I get it, but there was a family living here before, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
We'll
and
see.
it's so many feels, so many
Yeah, you
energies.
just never know what that's like.
I'll see.
Someone that's like completely normal, but I feel like most of the time that's not how it works out. Usually get some fun.
Once again, completely agree. Alrighty then. So for our next stuff, we are okay. Thank you very much. So our
Yes.
next question.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep, we can definitely hear you. I feel like this COVID and because 2020 between sometimes technical issues and Zoom, I swear. But hey, we're doing what we can.
I know.
And I love that it's not even us. It's not only us, I mean, because like I see a lot of like TV shows and stuff like that. Not a lot of them, but you know what I mean? Like they have like even connection issues and stuff like that. It's like, okay, the whole world is literally going through this.
Yep.
Literally for the first time. No, obviously not the first time ever, but in our generation, yes.
Yes.
So one of my questions, which is kind of random but on point because you do like scary movies, is that if you got trapped in one scary movie, which one would you choose?
Oh goodness. Oh, that's a hard one. Like I wouldn't want to be stuck in any of them, but
That's how, like, would it be like a movie that is the least
especially because
scary?
I'm the
Like Hocus
blonde girl,
Pocus?
so I always go first.
That's a good
well,
one.
I feel like being stuck in any Tim Burton movie would be kind of fun.
Ooh, yes, Tim Burton movie. I don't know which one, but yeah, that would be fun.
I know any of them. But I'm probably Nightmare Before Christmas because I really like that one, and I feel like there's no real danger.
No, not really. No one really, well, I was saying no one really dies. I mean, but still, it gets, well, I don't know if it's a kids movie, but still. I was thinking Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. Well, wouldn't you do, well, if it's a kid-like movie, you would do yours, your favorite. What's it called?
Legend of Sleepy Hollow?
Oh, Sleepy Hollow is a good one, actually. No, the one that we did the debate with, your other
Oh, Halloween Town.
Town.
I could see Halloween
As
Town.
a kid, you know what I mean?
But also, I liked your answer of Nightmare Before Christmas because you get
Love that movie.
it's Halloween Town, it's Christmas Town, but then there's all the other towns that you only see the doors to. But there's Thanksgiving Town and St. Patrick's Day's Town.
Oh, I
and
like that.
Easter
That's
Town.
right.
That'd be really, really cool to explore that world.
And you live like in
Worlds.
In worlds, yeah. You live like from holiday to holiday.
Exactly.
Basically. We like your answer. Yeah, definitely. I feel like Nightmare Before Christmas. Are you superstitious?
I would say for some things, like anytime I see a black cat, I'm like, oh my gosh. There's actually a black cat that lives in my neighborhood. I don't know where it lives actually. It just is a stray. And every time it goes past me, I'm like, oh no, what's gonna happen now? But I feel like it's just silly stuff like that.
Stuff that you like, it's kind of common to be like, don't go walk under a
Trying to
ladder.
think of
or,
what
like,
other-
I don't know what else. I can't really think of them. Because I'm not really superstitious. We also own a black cat.
Yeah, don't step on a
and
track. Yeah, just
that one. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm usually fine. And like I said, we own a black cat and he's the cutest and the
coolest
sweetest thing ever. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
I'm trying to find it. I lost my question.
Of course. Oh, I know which one. That's the where I go. Which urban legend scares you the most?
Ooh.
Do you like urban legends?
The Skinwalker one, but it's so interesting. But
Do you know the Skinwalker one?
I don't know.
I do, but I don't really look into them. I just do the Skinwalker one.
I don't even know
Have
if
you
I
heard of
want to
that?
know, but because we're here and we are going to talk about that, and Dylan doesn't know it. So
Okay.
yes, sure. What urban legend is that?
Yeah, okay. So it's for like Native Americans, it's humans that can pretty much shapeshift into animals. So
That's cool.
we have actually a Skinwalker Ranch in Utah that's Native American land where people say they spot them all the time. Whether it's true or not, I don't know. I've never been. I would like to go. But there's a ton of like ghost stories that are sightings where they'll hear someone scream or they'll like hear just a weird noise in the middle of nowhere and they freak out because they think it's a skinwalker. I also saw this video where this man is riding a horse and they're in like the countryside just wandering and the horse all of a sudden stops and you hear this like super loud like scream and then you see the horse like look around and it just turns around and bolts. So and I feel like animals have like this weird sense of creepy things. So I don't know, if you have time you should look up stories sometime. They're pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like that
There's a
Native
podcast
American because I
too.
feel like there's a lot of truth behind that.
Yeah.
A lot, and especially I guess where you are based, obviously.
hmm
That's
Yeah.
where they
It's on
reside
a-
most.
Yeah, it's I mean, but they're seen like on mountainsides. It just really depends. I've never seen one and I hope I never experience that. But it's fun to read other people's stories.
I love that you can like read them, but you're like, okay, but like from afar. Everything from
Yeah.
afar. But I still love it, but from afar.
Yes, I don't ever want to have to experience it myself, but we go camping a lot. So I mean there's always that opportunity.
Always that chance.
You never know. Oh goodness. So talking about I guess animals because they are very intuitive as well. There's a thing that's really fun one though. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, like a black cat, even though I guess not because you don't like them, but an owl, a bat, a rat, a wolf, I don't know, stuff like that. What would you pick?
I would probably pick a bat. I just think that bats are a really good representation of Halloween. My phone case is actually hot pink with sparkly bats on the back.
Nice.
I need that
Yes.
one. That's very,
So-
I love bats too.
I feel like a bat, even though they're full of disease and whatever. But
Well, they're still pretty cool.
Yeah, they can fly. They kind of remind me of vampires.
Of course. I mean, who doesn't, especially if you love Halloween?
Right?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I guess to wrap up, even though it's really fun to like talk about all these sorts of like Halloween things and just find Halloween community, we are obviously super thankful that you reached out. You're like, oh my God, let's talk all Halloween things. Cause it's just, on the show, we have a little bit of everything. We have a lot of books because we love Stephen King.
Indeed.
We have a bunch of
Oh, yes,
authors. And then at the same time, and within the episodes, we have like fun people like you to just talk and like celebrate Halloween
I
all
could
year
talk
long.
about it all day. So
And there's so many things as well, like to go really deep, especially because you do like the spooky, scary stuff.
yes,
Going back really quickly to your feed, to your profile, Halloween Obsessed, which of course we'll definitely tag. What's your procedure like? Like, how do you get the memes, or how do you get like funny quotes and stuff like that?
yes. So a lot of it is sent in just by the followers.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they're like, post this. For like clothing and stuff like that, it's usually a promotion. So they'll reach out to me and ask me to post it. But most of the time just on the internet. Some of them I make, but I usually have a watermark if I made it. And just like Pinterest, Google, Reddit, just all over the place. Just
It's stuff
wherever.
that
Or sometimes I'll just be scrolling and find it. Yeah.
but it's stuff that you naturally find. So I'm like, okay, let me go research some really fun memes. It's kind of like, oh, this one and that one and things like that.
Yeah.
You have really good ones though. You really do. Like they just always crack me up so much.
Yeah, and I try to post things that other pages don't post because there is a lot of Halloween pages, so it can be easy to just post the same stuff. But I try to go out of my way to find.
You do. I feel like with you in particular, what we do, we usually end up, of course, always tagging you, but we always share yours because of what you said as well. They're very unique, if that makes sense, I guess, in the internet world. But
Yeah.
I feel like that's true. I like the fact that you also accept some from your followers because I feel like that's just fun
Mhm.
and helps you,
Yeah.
of course. And I think it was like, oh, look, I shared that with her, I feel like Dylan can
Yes.
start doing this. So you find really good memes as well for Halloween and stuff like that.
It's an art.
Yeah, just
It's
send
an
them
art.
over.
Gotta dig.
Email them, but my email barely works.
Well, I hope it works soon, but at least you can do it through DMs because you gotta love Instagram, of
Yeah.
course.
Yes, those are helpful.
Yeah, definitely. As we sum up this beautiful Halloween talk, it makes me feel like I want to go. I want to watch the Addams Family now.
Me too.
I don't know if not before Christmas just yet,
But soon.
but soon, I guess. Oh, I guess that's one of my almost last questions. Basically, do you only watch Halloween movies during Halloween?
No, I watch them year round.
There you go. So you would
I
watch
like
Hocus
it.
Pocus now, for example.
Yeah.
Cool. See, I do the same. I like that. Because I know some people, much like Dylan, is very specific. Certain movies are very specific to September, October.
Yep.
And also for like Christmas movies, Christmas, which also makes sense. But I'm like, no, I can watch like Hocus Pocus right now because I freaking love it. And it makes me happy.
So do it.
There you go. I do it quite a bit. That one and the Santa Claus or Home Alone, like for Christmas, I mean.
Whatever makes you happy.
Exactly. So we have the last questions that we always ask our guests. What's the first one, darling?
Your favorite Halloween candy.
Oh gosh. Ooh. I'm gonna have to go with Twix.
Mm,
Yes.
I mean, I love those year round, but I feel like if I get candy, I'm going for the Twix.
I completely agree with you. I love Twix as well. Like Twix and Three Musketeers and Kit Kats, I feel like, because I love chocolate. He's more into like candy, like
Starburst,
good
Jolly
one, yes.
Ranchers, gummies.
exactly. Describe Halloween in 3 words.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. These last questions. I would say horror. Costumes and fun. Because I feel like costumes and you can't have Halloween without costumes and fun.
Completely. You can have it without
And then
horror,
horror.
like for me in particular, but it's always costumes and fun. I always have to dress up. We're always gonna dress up regardless. We're basically like your family. And we're gonna like start that. We started that tradition, and then we know with our grandkids, the whole shebang. We're doing it,
Yes.
and it's fun. I feel like
It is.
Halloween, out of all the holidays that we have, it's one of the funnest one or the funnest one,
For
at
sure.
least
Yeah.
for me. Because like Christmas, like what you're saying before, it's fine. I mean, it's great, I guess, but is it really fun? Halloween.
As you
is
get
like-
older, no, because you have to pay for everything.
yeah.
Like Halloween's
Yeah.
pretty cheap.
Exactly. And I feel like there's always more fall activities once again, like we were saying, pumpkin carving and apple picking. And it's just,
Yeah, and it's
it
not
makes the season
freezing.
kind of last longer.
Right. Yeah.
When do you start the season? When do you start like really saying, okay, it's Halloween? September 1st?
Probably. I would say probably August. Honestly, once
Nice.
August hits, I'm ready.
I like that.
Well, we always say, because like Christmas gets 2 months usually now, because like Thanksgiving is really overlooked apparently, but everything starts like November, of course. I'm like,
Yeah.
we do the same for Halloween. We start like late, like last year we started late August.
Yep,
Is it going to be earlier this year? Who knows?
probably.
Who knows? But we do have a lot of Halloween things during the year, though, of course, like our episodes, like this
Mhm.
one.
Yes.
And last and definitely not for least, anything else you want to tell us? Any other stories? Any other thing you want to tell the fans or your people?
I don't know. Keep loving Halloween so you can keep me afloat. But no, I do just want to say thanks, because without all of you and even you guys, there's no way that I could like have the community I do and keep it light and fun, especially during times like this when there's really not much to do except for sit on social media.
Yep.
I keep loving your statements because it's true. I feel like I mean, one of my biggest words is community, no matter what it is. As long as you don't hurt anybody, obviously.
Right.
It's community. It's what we have. It's just like that connection. And if it's horror, Halloween, or whatever, just keep on going. And especially in times like these. I mean, I think it's probably a meme, a sentence, a quote, whatever you want to call it. But we're the positive light of what's happening
Mhm.
is that it's happened in a time of like we have technology and social media.
Mhm.
That
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
sometimes it like stresses us out because it's still social media, but at the same time we meet people like you,
Yes.
and it's community.
Right. Something to it's nice to, I don't know what I would be doing if I didn't have social media, honestly. What else is there to do when you're stuck in at your house? I feel like it's nice because even if you're not with people or doing something, you still get that like holidays feeling, whether it's Halloween or Christmas. Just you can still celebrate year round with people that want to celebrate with you.
Exactly. I could have said it better myself. I'm sure you also know the difference from last year. I'm sure you did. From like whatever we're used to celebrating Halloween to, Halloween 2020.
Yeah.
But we felt very Halloweeny regardless. I feel
Yeah.
like,
More of an effort.
Yeah, you can make the best out of what was given.
exactly.
We still dressed up and had fun with close friends. So
And that's what counts. I mean, once again, I feel like right about now everyone's feeling the same thing, and especially when someone like this community that we have also so many DMs and people commenting whatnot. It's like this is what we need. It's a little bit more of the Halloween
Yes.
magic, please. And it all hopes for Halloween 2021 to be hopefully better.
yes, I'm hoping the same.
Yes. I feel like we're just nodding yes. All right. So thank you very much for being here with us, Caitlin. Thank you so much. We're definitely going to link you
Yes,
down
For
below.
having me.
Love the stories. Thank you.
Yeah, maybe like also like we can
Absolutely.
post and we can find your costumes, your Alice in Wonderland costumes as well. That would be
Yes.
cool. And other than that, as for KPM fan, see you next week.
See you next week, guys.
Bye.